So then we head to part C, which is your essay of justification. So basically we're looking at you justifying why you selected those certain components in your lesson plan. Based on what theory, what understanding about effective teaching did I actually use to justify my selection? So therefore, this is where you need to go back and have a look at what we've covered in the unit. You need to go back to the theory. And this is actually where you also need to reference. I have utilised group work in my lesson. This is based on Vygotsky's social constructivism, brackets, where I read it in the unit. Okay? This is where you need to APA reference again. Every time you talk about a new idea, you should have some in-text referencing. Whenever you talk about a new concept or a different way of doing things, this is where you should have some in-text referencing. So therefore, we can see that you have obtained that from the workshops, lectures and readings, or perhaps it was an idea you already have, but you have built upon it from the workshop, lectures and readings. Okay? So every time you talk about a new concept or idea related to theory, this is where you should have a reference. Thanks, Dennis.
Are we expected to do many references outside of the units, recommended readings and things like that?
Look, I think I would encourage you to go beyond the text. Only because if you're only using the text, what it is showing is there's a summary of that book, rather than you've actually done some research. So again, it's very much about where it's appropriate. So definitely the recommended readings and maybe a little bit of research always looks good. Alright. If I only have the textbook, I will put the comment down as, extended reading would really be good for this activity, for this assignment. So this is again, essay, introduction. Caroline said you can use headings. You need to have a conclusion. Again, there's information on the companion website. If you struggled a little bit with essay writing in assignment 2, it's your professional responsibility to go and have a look at that support material to help you with assignment 2. Okay, it's simple essay structure. That's what we're requiring for that one.
So if I'm going to use a strategy in my class that was used in the workshop, I can put that in there and then reference it along the lines of we did this in the workshop, sort of.
Hopefully what you should find is we've done it in the workshop because it relates to, but it relates to a certain theory.
Okay.
So can you give me an example of what you're thinking of?
When we're doing think, pair, shares.
Okay.
Those sort of things.
So think, pair, share, good example. Think, pair, share. If I said to you, okay, think, pair, share, what theory would you link that to?
Social.
Yeah, okay, exactly. So what you would have in your part B would be the example of the think, pair, share, and then when you come to write your essay, you would say, so for example, in the body of my work, I had the children do a think, pair, share just before they started the activity. This is because based on Vygotsky and my reference where I read it,
Okay, cool.
Okay?
Thank you.
Please remember too, if you're going to, I encourage you definitely to use the text. If you're going to reference anything from the lecture or the workshop, you reference that as a personal communication. So if that's something that you're going to do, make sure you look on the APA information and find out how to reference personal communications with the understanding that that is in-text referencing, that you don't need to put that in your reference list. Are there any questions about Part C? So overall, what we're going to have is your ideas, your knowledge in Part A that links to your understandings from the unit. From that, you're going to put the strategies into the lesson plan, the practical. And the Part C is linking, this was the theory, this is why I've used those practical strategies. All good. One more question.
One quick question. Why is there such a difference in the word limits in this and sort of the previous assignment? Because it's a really big range and it can be from here to here.
I think you'll find that the different assignments and assessments all correlates with the number of points to the unit as well. And I think also that this assignment is the summative.
Okay. Yep.
This is saying what did you get from this unit, and so therefore it's almost like this bigger picture, and so obviously you're going to put more word count as to what did I do? Does that sort of answer that question?
I think so. I sort of meant, why is it between 1 and 2,000 words, not 1,500 or 1,000 or...
Yeah, I don't
Don't know. Okay,
Don't know.
that's fine.
know the answer to that one. Okay. Thank you.